So in my previous video, I covered the update notes for the extensive Korean patch, which we will very likely get literally everything when we get our update just this next day for the huge Talandre expansion. But maintenance is finally completed and we can actually look at the sync system, the new weekly missions, the new solo dungeons and its rewards, the currency consolidation and what's happened to your older currencies and how that new crafting will actually work, including getting tier 2 blue stuff, the arena store update, exciting new hit markers which aren't so on top of each other. However, we have some information on when exactly we are getting maintenance. It will begin at March the 5th, 6 p.m. PT or March the 6th at 2 a.m. UTC, depending where you're at, and last, yes, approximately 15 hours, and thus the servers are expected to open at 9 a.m. Pacific time on Thursday or 5 p.m. at UTC. And they state it will not unlock earlier. They will be moving the Tevent spawn for the North American West servers over to March the 5th at 5 p.m. PT. And there's good news. They will be opening up free transfers. You can purchase one for free every day and a transfer cooldown of only 24 hours. So you can hop around, join your friends. But now let's get into these new systems. Let's look at solo dungeons. So we can exactly look at the rewards and even the drop rates, and there are 5 new tiers which do require certain amount of combat power. You need a whopping 5,700 to do tier 5. That's insane. There are enhanced boss patterns, giant rat summons, reflected damage, and just a significant health increase and attack power increase. But this maximum tier 5 can give you some of the best accessories in the game. At a 2.5% chance, you can get one of these. And these are exclusive normally to Nebula Island, where they are really hard to obtain. Some of these weapons are, yes, really good, so we will be able to make use of them. And we also get this obsidian, which you can use to craft these black anvil weapons, which basically give you that black anvil passion, which is bonus to your weapon mastery XP gain and Solent. But again, yeah, you can see the expected drop rates. You'll guaranteed get a bunch of runes, guaranteed get some weapons, and then a 2.5% chance to get an accessory, 8.5% to just get a Chaos Rune selection chest, and then an 18.4% chance to actually get an obsidian piece, of which you need 100 for these black anvil weapons. The issue with these is you can only claim the rewards 3 times per week as of now. Again, we can skip through the tiers, and ultimately there doesn't seem to be any difference with regards to the loot until you hit that tier 5. But as for the schedule, we'll start with these 2 bosses, I believe. The next week we'll have these 2 bosses. Tier 1 only needs 2,500 combat power. You simply enter the hall. This is a cool new place, and basically you have this picture frame, and it leads us onto this platform where we need to choose a buffs. We can get movement speed increase, we can get stamina, or we can get health. If we say take health, we go from 18,000 to a whopping 22,000. So yeah, about 4,000 increase. Now we have a bunch of mobs to traverse through, and we probably have multiple ways to go to face these 2 different bosses. Keep in mind of their defenses, like this one's going to have improved endurance, so having endurance shred would be very useful against him, and this one increased collision resist. So we'll have to cover more details about this and exactly how to complete each of these dungeons later on. We'll now quickly look at that syncing system. Again, there's not a lot I can show here. You simply slot in the item, and that doesn't actually remove the item from being used. I can still have it equipped. It will just now show and have a little marker there that I have this in the new syncing system. And then if I unlock these slots by paying this amount of resources, which is totally worth it by the way, you can then slot in a different arms piece and it will automatically be also maximum level 12 if it was a tier 2 item. Unlocking the second slot is super expensive and won't really be necessary other than convenience, but it also means you only need to level up one weapon, put that weapon in here, unlock this slot, and then you have both your weapons at max level already. That is super cost effective. Exact same thing with rings. Like unlocking the slot is vastly cheaper than upgrading the actual ring. Now we quickly look at the new weekly mission menu. So you can see the different tasks you can do and the amount of points they give you, and you ultimately want to try and get 500 points before the week is out and claim your rewards. Every time you obtain some points, you can immediately claim the reward when you hit this milestone. These include food, polished crystals, runes, they'll probably be blue for us starting out, adventure coins, these of fighting spirit, these of loyalty, more runes, more adventure coins, a chance chest with all of, say, tier 2 items. Don't know exactly what's in there. We'll have to look later when we can obtain it. More runes here, and finally 20 unlock stones. So this is awesome. This is a big improvement. Like, you max this out and you're always getting 20 unlock stones, plus all these other things, which does include 150 runes. So yeah, this is a massive improvement. You just have to claim your rewards before the week is out. Otherwise, we just get a new one and you'll miss claiming the rewards you could. But now to look at this currency consolidation. So you can see we only have these currencies now. And all of our older chests automatically got converted to, when you open them, will give you the new currency. So this will give you, like, it still says a soul shard chest, but it contains the adventure coins. And then there is still that same chance to give you a pack of those coins. So yes, it's going to be the same as we have on global right now. However, here in Korea, these chests are a bit different because they had dimensional essence in here instead of, say, 12 extra tokens, but they should have the exact same value. We simply open those, we get adventure coins, and we get more of these packs, and then we just open all of these. You can select only those, you use them, and now you have those currencies. I have over 350 of those adventure coins for loyalty, and that's the tier 2 currency. And I'll be able to spend those at this crafter for weapons. It's 160, which is the same as if I was to craft, say, that Essence of Desire. So this will be new for us, as we didn't have tier 2, but like the tier 1 weapons, they're just going to use the tier 1 currency, and you need 120 of them to craft it. Again, that's the same cost as before. As for this gear, if you look at tier 1 stuff, 60 coins is equal to the tier 1 item. So again, it's the same exchange rates. It doesn't matter if you spend your currency now or you spend it later. It just frees up the flexibility of what you exactly spend those points on. As you can see, all of the options there are for like tier 1 headpieces, and then you'll be able to later on craft these tier 2 pieces with like 320 of the tier 2 currency, which we should be able to obtain from 2-star dungeons and 3-star dungeons. You'll be able to craft some accessories here as well, and yes, you'll be able to still craft like dimensional essence for areas you might need it, and the unlock stones. It's the exact trade as we've had already. Adventure coins, it's 2 of them for 1 unlock stone, and for our loyalty coins, it's going to be 1 for 1. You can even buy the Band of Universal Power for those adventure coins, and it's the same value as any of these others. That's kind of crazy, but at this point, that thing is just getting outdated, so it's whatever. Now, the ultimate question, should you spend your currency now or after this update drops? And the answer is no, do not spend them now. That is because the trait unlock stones will have the exact same exchange value, and getting the tier 1 gear will actually be cheaper despite having these extra resource costs. Ultimately, you can see they all only cost 60 of this fighting spirit, with weapons being 120. This is versus how it is on global now. It costs 60 of the 2-star dimensional currency, which will become double, so this will actually be equal to 120 of the new currency, and the tier 1 soul shards you need 80 for a selection chest, and now you will only need 60 for each of these purple items. In terms of crafting weapons, you need the salvation, and that needs 60 of these soul shards, so it's a total of 120 plus these resources, which is exactly the same as it is then here with the new changes. Now, just be aware, for us on global, unlike Korea, all of our currencies will get converted to simply Adventure Coins Fighting Spirit, which we can only spend that to purchase tier 1 gear. None of the tier 2 gear is available for those coins. If you do go and check your skills crafter, you can see that very simply it just has skill books. No longer do you have passive and active. Great change. You still have omnipotence though. Now there's supposed to be a resistance medal vendor, but I honestly can't find him. Oh wait, he's here. This is his icon, and you can see all the rewards you can get. That's a load of different ones. You can even get growth stones. This is awesome. Trait conversion stones, trait extract stones, skill books, unlock stones. So yes, absolutely save these medals if you have them. And if you're not aware, you're getting all of these by doing your field bosses every day. Now your arena merchant has the addition of being able to actually buy that tier 2 currency, which is great. You only can get 10 of it per week though by spending 6 of your coins. That's all of them per week. The other option is to save them for rune chests. These got updated on Korea to purple. I assume they'll stay blue for us for another 3 weeks. And these new precious blessing pouches, yes, will be here too, but honestly they're too much of a gamble. I would not spend them on this. The drop rates are abysmal. But the next thing is, damage markers. You can see what they look like now. My basic attacks, they're still white, but if you get like a crit, you can see it's like orange. If you get a heavy attack, it's that purple tinge. Then if we use a skill, you can see right here, the skill's normal damage is going to be your orange, and then like crits are going to be, I think, a little bit more highlighted, but the heavy attacks are nice and clear at the purple. Yes, the crits are like deeper color orange. Honestly, I would have liked them to just make normal skill attack damage be yellow, and then the distinction could be crits could be orange, and then heavies are that purple. In terms of combat improvements and movement, I can't really judge that well because the amount of latency, like I have 300 ping and internet's not very stable. I don't see the movement while jumping. Like I can't strafe in the air after I've jumped, and then jump distance still seems the same. So maybe they haven't added that yet. It was in the patch notes though. And yes, FOV can zoom out to like this far now, which is crazy. That's like siege and field boss FOV that we would get. Now they have added tier 2 blue gear to the game, mainly for new players to help catch up. If you're starting out this game fresh, you're going to have an advantage because the entire adventure codex has been updated. So now the actual gear rewards it gives you is going to be this updated tier 2 blue gear. And they claim if you complete the entire thing, you should have like a full set of tier 2 blue gear. The amount of stats that these blue tier 2 items will give is going to be slightly better than what you find on the tier 1 purple variants, with the addition that these are going to be far easier to level up. You're only going to need blue growth stones, and they will also hit level 9. Unfortunately, I can't craft any to show you, so they're not that easy to get. They did say they would come from co-op dungeons, but looking through all the loot tables, 3 stars, 2 stars, 1 stars, they do not seem to have added them here. In your guild base, you can see we now have 4 dummies here. This is awesome, just for testing purposes. They have adjusted like the field boss schedule along with the amount. There's only like 2 of them now. And oddly, they seem to overlap with, say, arch bosses on certain days as well. So then like that day you'll get 4. But ultimately, with these, there's going to be 3 portals. One, you will enter a peace portal and enter matchmaking, and you enter an arena with a player cap of 96, and you just, DPS burn the boss down, and whoever gets the highest damage gets the highest contribution. The faction one, you stay with your party, you join one of the sides, and again, you're joining in matchmaking, an instance with 96 players max, and it's like faction v faction. And guild, again, you join the matchmaking, you have to have a limit of 36 players, maximum 48, and again, it's going to be 1v1 versus another guild. The best option will usually just be to go peace with a stacked PvE setup. Alternatively, you go faction if you're a very PvP dominant group, but you risk potentially getting stacked against and then basically earning no contribution against the boss. Other than that, they did update some of the tier 2 weapons so they have better effectiveness in terms of their bonuses and stats, just the ones that people weren't really using. And I still think most of them won't really be used, but make sure to be aware of that and read through the improvements. Last thing to note would be the new shop update. We can see the new outfit that they're getting, and yeah, it really does look super cool. Removing the decoration slims it down quite a bit. And this is how it is on then a male character, with also removing the decoration, basically removing most of that cape. But yeah, absolutely super sick skin right here. Changing the colors is completely viable as well. Damn, yes, that looks good. Got to change the helmet too, and look at that then in black and gold. Yeah. Unfortunately, you cannot change the color of like the glow of the eyes or of the crystals here. But then there's also all of the new weapon skins. You can't change the colors in these, but that's the great sword. This is the sword and shield right here. These are the daggers. This is the bow. These are the crossbows, the staff, the book and wand, and the spear. Now be aware, these are called Lightbringer. If you recall the Ion Silesium for February, it was stated that the Lightbringer weapon set will be coming in a new Talandre event pass. So these weapons will actually be pretty accessible for us. Probably only have to spend 500 Lucent for the premium pass, and you'll be able to obtain, these weapons. That is really good. I think I personally want to get the sword and shield. Potentially the great sword as well. But the cost here on Korea for the pack is just 900 Lucent. That's totally feasible to save up. Personally, this is the best skin yet for me that I personally do actually want to obtain. But yeah, that's everything for this video. Thanks all for watching, and we'll see you guys around.